There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
What's up, everybody? We have another episode of LLC Twitter. We are back with some more episodes. So with that being said, let's get into this video that I saw a little while ago from Ramil Amir. It's a collaboration that he did with Book of Alpharonomy, where they are discussing how to apply Pimp principles to the square world. And then they go into their preference on working for themselves as opposed to working a job. So let's go ahead and get into this video and let me know what you guys think down below. Please also consider subscribing if you like this type of content. All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
White motherfucker who don't even like me. And this is a lot of things I want to do before I do that shit. I mean, shout out to everybody working hard. Shout out to all you guys. But I'm with you. It should be a stepping stone. Any job I've worked, I know how to run that business from the ground up. That's what I was doing when I was at these jobs. I'm going to learn how to run it and how they have their system set up, things like that. I'm going to take that. So when I get out of here, I'm going to be able to do it to myself. But a lot of niggas ain't going to like that job thing. What would you say to somebody who says, well, everybody can't run a business, or what about,
Listen, I agree. Everybody can't run a business, but I'm not saying everybody should just be solely an entrepreneur. I'm saying that you got to have something in your life that you fucking control. Even if you got a job, you got to have something else that you make money for, and you got to be able to make enough money to sustain yourself doing that. And that's when you level that fucking playing field. Like if every day your only source of income, you got to rely on pleasing another motherfucker and doing what they want you to do well enough for them to think you're doing it well. In order for you to get paid, and you got to worry about getting fired, and you got to worry about, oh shit, I'm in traffic, motherfucker might write me up. No, man, that's school shit. If you late to school, nigga, you get a target. They send you to the office. Like we're talking about being a grown man, and bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a lot of partners, man. I got some Asian partners, white partners, and they all became my partners through business dealings. We had business relationships that turned into personal relationships, and that's the only way I build personal relationships, from business. Then, because there's a respect between men who make money together. Yeah. So we gotta talk about that too, bro. And they always they all have the same outlook. Like, man, they rather make. And I said this before, man, niggas went crazy. I'd rather make 30 bands working for myself than to make 100 bands working for somebody else. Fuck that.
I agree.
Man, that is the same exact thing that Mark Cuban actually said in a recent video I posted.
I would rather work 80 hours a week to make $50K and work for myself than have a $75,000, $100,000 job working for somebody else.
I agree. And people would say you crazy for that. No, I 100% agree. Because one thing, you said that, you just said that they're paying you 40 and they're making what, $500,000 or something. That shit clicked in my head too. Like when I was doing these shitty jobs and stuff like that, I'm like, hold up. I'm looking at they little spreadsheets. They're making all this money a day. I'm like, y'all giving me what, $20 an hour? I'm just like, it don't add up to me. That's the real pimp. The employer is the real pimp. They got you working for this amount of money, and a good business, they're making at least 5 to 10 times what they're paying you off of you. So I'm just like, yo, that shit, the numbers just don't add up to me. I'll just go independent and do my own thing. And then another thing, it's a cap. I don't like my income being capped. Like you just said, look, I'd rather take the risk of making $200,000 a year or making zero than to know I'm going to make 70, 80,000 a year. I'd rather take the risk. I don't like having a cap because it doesn't motivate me no more. There's no motivation when I know, okay, no matter how hard I work, no matter how hard I go, I'm only gonna get this. I just don't like it. It's a psychological thing with me. And but let me read this. Shout out to Platinum.
All right, so something that Ramil just said, talking about he doesn't like that his income can be capped. Well, the thing is that for a lot of businesses, your income can also be capped as well. If your income is capped at your job, it can also be capped at a business as well, because not all businesses can scale. For an example, if you are somebody who runs a business as a landscaper, you can only do so many people's grass, and people can only pay you but so much for this type of service. Right, if you're a service, unless you have the income to be able to then pay for a whole bunch of other landscapers to be able to do it, unless you can scale your business, you're going to be capped in a certain way. And then after you scale more, then you have the risk of scaling too much or growing too big. So it's just one thing that I did notice about this.
Shout out to AM1. He says, working for yourself is a must. Freedom is worth more than money. Salute, Ramil and BOA. Facts. That's what I'm saying. That's why I agree with you. I'd rather make 30,000 working for myself than 100,000 working for somebody else. Because one, that 30,000 can turn into 60, 70, 80, 100. As much as I can, it's depending on my skill set. As good as I am, I can make that income go up. That 100,000 is capped. And on top of that, man, the freedom. You can't put a price on peace of mind, man. Like, I can't put a price on not having waking up whenever I want to, not having to go through traffic like you said. I remember them days in traffic, sitting there. Damn, man, it's a traffic jam, traffic accident. I'm gonna be late here. I'm just like, look, man, peace of mind. I don't give a fuck. I own my house. I ain't gotta do nothing else, bro. Peace of mind, bro. You can't put a price on that shit, man.
All right, so I agree with Ramil on this. Only thing is that owning a business doesn't necessarily mean that you have a peace of mind. I guess, for him, it's a peace of mind, but there are a lot of business owners who don't have that peace of mind. It is a constant grind. As a business owner myself, I understand that it is one of those things where you have to keep working at your business. You can go from working a 9 to 5 to working a 9 to 9. You can work at 24/7. I mean, when you run a business, it's depending on the type of business it is, whether it's a product or service-based business, you could be working way more hours and more time than you ever would be working a job. So I see what he's saying here. So Ramil has a peace of mind, but when you're telling people to get into being a business owner or entrepreneurship, you have to also let them know that, hey, there's a peace of mind for me, but there are going to be a lot of instances where you will not have a peace of mind because your whole livelihood could be gone if you do not have a sense of urgency, right? That sense of urgency is so important for prosperity for your specific business.
Peace of mind is fucking priceless, bro. That's one of the first videos I ever put up on my channel years ago. Peace of mind is fucking priceless, man. It's priceless. There ain't nothing I'll trade for it, bro. There ain't nothing you can't give me. You can't give me. Just go rob Jeff Bezos, give me all this paper. Take that shit back to him, man, if I gotta give up my peace of mind, bro.
Nah, I'm with you, man. Shout out to A1. He says, oh yeah, I read that one already. Shout out to Sincere. What up, man? He said, I worked for the post office 6 years. I was making 40K plus when I left. Built my business while I was there, and within 6 months made over 100K. Hashtag alphas up. Yeah, people act like you can't start your own thing while you're working a job. Like, I'm just on, I don't know.
Great point. Yes, I mean, that's really the best way to, in my own opinion. I think that starting your business while you are working a job is a great way of being able to fund the business, and then also to be able to survive while you are making such a low amount of money starting off. They say that a business isn't successful until the 5-year mark, and then after. Usually, if your business can stay active and you are doing something, that's when you'll start to see some sort of success, is the 5-year mark.
But real quick, shout out to make sure you guys go subscribe to BOA. We got China White and other people putting his channel in there. Y'all go over there. I don't know who the hell King Ray Ray is, but Book of Alpha around me. Y'all go subscribe.
Yeah, that's my other channel, man.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
All right, so make sure y'all go hit all them links, man. That's in the chat right now, back to back. Slide on them, man. We're gonna get some people over there. He already got 800 million subscribers, but we're gonna send some more over there anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So another thing you said there's a respect between men making money together. One thing I want to talk about is Styles P. He said this quote. He said, if you and your homeboys are over 25 years old and y'all ain't making no money together, cut that shit off. And he was 100% correct in my opinion. What would you mean when you said it's a respect between making money together, and that's how you actually build your personal relationships too? You want to talk about that?
Man, listen, bro. What I found out is that, now, don't get me wrong, there are some bigots. We don't know any racists, because Racism, the system is racist. People aren't racist. Racism can keep you from, progressing through life by putting impediments in your way that you can't overcome systemically. So we're not talking about racist people. We're talking about people that think they didn't like black folks. We're talking about black folk who think they didn't like white folks. And then we realize that only involves people who ain't making no money. Once we sit down and we can make money together, there's a respect, because every man, no matter what color you are, there are white men who started from the bottom. I know some white boy who started from on a fucking farm. You know what I'm saying? Worth 10 million right now. Doing simple shit like vending companies and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit that they grind from the bottom up with it. And what they all say is that, man, there's a level of respect for a man who they see get it out the mud. I mean, of course, they don't use that terminology. That's our terminology, but there's a certain respect when a man can come and say, hey, listen, I'm making money this way. You're making money this way. I have an opportunity for us both to make some money out of this thing over here. Instant respect. You can't disrespect the man who helps you build your business.
One thing I just don't really understand is the whole racism thing. I really don't understand where that is coming from. I don't know what the train of thought was with that. Only thing I can think of that he's trying to say is that he has come into contact with people who are racist, but they have a higher level of respect for him because they make money with him. I think that's what it is. Is like, oh, you know what? I think I'm superior to you, but I give you a little bit higher respect than I would give other black people. I think that's where he's trying to give. That's where he's trying to go with that.
So we can make sure everybody gets your savings minus that. Go ahead, man. I see you up here. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Ramil? What's up, BOA? And this is to address Gabe. Okay, Gabe, I think.
All right, make it quick. Make it quick. BOA got to go soon. But
what you're missing is the time element. Okay, the person making 30K owns the time in their life. The person making 100K does not. That's the difference. That's
a straight up lie. You can definitely be making 30K and not own your time, right? I don't understand this whole thing where they think that running a business gives you so much time and you can just do whatever. There are a lot of business owners who live their lives and they are on it. They have a sense of urgency when it comes to running their business. They don't just sit up here and say, oh, well, I got as much time in the world. I can just do whatever I want to. This is this constant thing that they're trying to push is that, hey, I have as much time in the world as possible. But then when you see people who run businesses, it doesn't really make much sense and it's not accurate, right? And you could just be making a lot less money, but there is potential for you to be able to grow, and then potentially you can make more money than you would have at whatever job that you were working at. What I would suggest people get into is getting a high income skill and then being able to utilize that income to be able to put into whatever investment, savings, or whatever goals that you have in mind.
Difference. It's the time element. And I know, and it's not only Gabe thinking like this, there's millions of people that think how Gabe's thinking, right? What I mean by this is so you guys can understand. Log into your credit report, Credit Karma, Experian, and take a look at a list of all the people that own your time. That's why you think like that. The job owns your time, and all the people on that list own your time. That's the difference. If you're making 30K with no debt and you're an entrepreneur, you own your time. With a job, you don't. There's 7 days in a week.
All right, that makes absolutely no sense. Savings minded debt, he's gonna bring up credit, and your creditors are saying that they own your time, not understanding that if you run a business, you could also have creditors. That makes no sense, right? So that's a bad analogy. He's just like, you can have credit with a business or without a business. And then you can even have more creditors, because if you have an open line of credit for your business, in addition to your personal credit, then you have even more creditors or people who own your time.
Your employer owns 5. That by default should tell you something.
Okay, true. Yeah, it's about the time thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the time thing too. Shout out to Edgar. He says average business owner small business makes $59,000 a year. The average worker is 35. Actually, the average small business owner makes $71,000 a year. That's the average small business owner. So, you're off by a little bit, but shout out to Edgar. Okay, real
That's
quick, let me
profitable.